Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So I am Fiqrie. I am from group number 1. Together with my teammates, today we have Farouk, Fareed, Nawal, and also Sharifah Nurul Ain. So today we will start with chapter 1 of marketing communication with the title of Overview of Integrated Marketing Communication. All right. So as we know, marketing, we have go through from the first semester that we did in ITM, whereby we learn about the marketing 4.2.0, the basic marketing. So marketing is actually a human activity directed at satisfying needs and wants through exchange process. This has been quoted by Kotler in 1980. And is marketing is same with selling? I'm not so sure, because we should have our own meaning or own definition of marketing, whereby marketing is the same with selling or not. And then the idea of the marketing concept is to adapt the company's offering to the needs and wants of the customer. So a producer or a marketing company needs to satisfy the consumer needs and so wants. Right. This is the exchange by an important part of marketing. So for the exchange to occur, there must be two parties, and each party must have something of value to the other party. So what can I quote as an example here is, for example, Yusof Tayyub, whereby we know that they sell kurma, especially in this Ramadan month. So two parties, whereby the producer and also the consumer have something of value. So the producer have the product, the consumer have the money to buy for the product. So the producer get the profit and the consumer get the product. So both of them have something of value to the other party. And then both of them must be capable of communication and delivery, where the consumer communicate with the producer, and then the producer deliver to the customer. All right, and then they must be free to accept and reject the offer, and there must be an agreement to terms. This one means that if you have purchased the item, then you already agree to the term and condition. For example, if you buy any electrical products such as TV, you cannot return. For example, you cannot return between 14 working days. After 14 working days, you cannot return. Then, if you want to claim for any warranty, you must claim within 2 years, for example. All right. And then there is a difference between communication and also marketing communication. So it's a very straightforward terms, whereby communication is the process where individuals share meaning and establish a commonness of thought. And marketing communication is the collection of all elements of a firm's marketing mix that facilitate exchange by establishing shared meaning with the firm's customers. Okay, then we go to the elements of promotional mix. Okay, as we can see here, promotional mix consists of advertising, public relations, sales promotion, online and social media marketing, personal selling, and also direct marketing. This is the basic of promotional mix. This is just a recap from our previous marketing course. Yeah, now we already in the one of the important part of marketing communication, where this is the primary tools of marketing communication. We have few of them. I have listed a few of them, but I believe there is more tools of marketing communication. So as we can see, as the first one, we have media advertising. We have TV, radio, magazine, and also newspapers. But we can also read through all these marketing communication tools. But what I want to highlight is the most powerful and the most popular right now is number 9 and also number 10, whereby social media and also online marketing. We have Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, we have Instagram, where nowadays consumer and also producer, or they interact each other using social media. And also they use the power of online marketing throughout these days to boost their sales for the producer. And the consumer also use the social media to actually get what actually they want and their needs. So this is one of the most powerful marketing communication tools that I can share that's currently happen in our daily life. All right. Then we go to the promotion management and objective promotion, where promotion management is the coordination and mixed element in setting of objectives, establishing budgets, designing programs, evaluating performance, and taking corrective action. The general objectives of promotion is, yeah, as you can know, to inform, to persuade, and to induce action. We need to inform our audience, and we need to persuade them for them to induce the action. I mean, for them to take the action, maybe to buy a product or to inquire about a product. All right. So we go to the branding. Branding is the one of the powerful context in marketing, whereby if we don't have any brand, so we cannot proceed with any of marketing promotion or marketing mix. So brand is a name, term, sign, symbol, or design intended to identify the goods and service of one seller or groups of sellers and differentiate them from those competition. And instead of brand, we have the brand equity. Brand equity is actually the brand prestige or the brand value of that particular brand. For example, if we can differentiate, what is the difference between Adidas brand and also Asadi brand? We know both of them very well. Adidas is a very well-known sports brand. Asadi also we know, one of the well-known slipper brand. But which brand equity is the most powerful brand equity? I think Adidas, because it is an international company, international brand. So we can say that the brand equity is very strong for Adidas, and Asadi is just also strong brand equity, but then the scope is only in Malaysia. The target market is only in Malaysia. And the brand equity is the goodwill that an established brand has built up over its existence. As I said previously, the obvious we can see is Adidas and also Asadi, or Adidas and maybe Alistan brand. As we know, Alistan also come up with their own brand, Alistan jersey and Alistan shirt. Okay. Next, what brand can do at the brand level. So the key for brand communication is to differentiate one company's offering from another's, and also successful brand can create barriers to entry for competitors, and a well-known and respected brand is an invaluable asset. Yeah, like I said in the previous slide. All right. So integrated marketing communication is the coordination of the proportional mixed elements with each other and with other elements of the brand marketing mix, such that all elements speak with one voice. All right. For its one voice, after this, my friends will cover for this, and the tradition of and the integrated marketing communication also is the tradition of separate communication tools, and it will influence of specialized outside suppliers, and also it will take the resistance of outside suppliers to broaden their function, to manage their problem, and skeptics who consider IMC to be a fad. Fad is actually a product that has a little, if any, utility, but is characterized by a quick rise in sales and popularity, followed by a quick decline in sales popularity. Fad is actually part of the I can say threat in marketing communication, where they can pull out the brand equity to lower the brand equity level. For example, if I can say like previous month, or in February or in March, when Nike or Nike has announced they have one product, a shoe that made with human blood. That one we can consider as a fad that can pull out the what we can see as branding of Nike, and that one has been categorized as gossip. It's not gossip. I mean, bad marketing for Nike lah, because they use the human blood to build a shoe. As we can consider that as a fact. And then there's a 5 key features of IMC that will Farid will continue to share about this. Yes, Farid, over to you.
All right, thank you, Fiqrie. Assalamualaikum, madam and fellow friends. So I'll continue on the 5 key features of IMC or the integrated marketing communications. So the 5 elements or 5 features of IMC are the first one is start with customer or prospect. Second, it use any form of relevant contact or touch point. 3, speak with a single voice. 4, build relationships. And 5, affect behavior. So we will go through one by one. So the first one, start with the customers or prospect. So first we must identify our prospect or target market. So we must use the media neutral approach in order as a first step to approach our prospect, and we must identify the market program goals or marketing communication program goals, what we want to achieve from our marketing, and what do we want our customers or prospect to understand or to get from the message that we are trying to send. And also we must determine the best way to allocate marketing budget. So there are a few ways that you can determine in allocating budget for your marketing purposes. First is by knowing the capacity of the company itself and the value of the product that you are trying to market, and also the target market that you are targeting. Next is use any form of relevant contact. So this is how are you going to communicate best with your clients, customers, or consumers. So there are a few types of there are a few points of communicating or being in contact with consumers. So for example, if you can look at the picture shown here, just for Hershey's, there are 2 types of billboard. First, they have the vertical one and then the horizontal one. So different billboard or different signage can shows or portray different image or attract different kind of target market. So maybe the youngest one or kids will be more attracted more to the colorful billboard, and the elderly one will attracted to the more professional looks. So there are new types of billboard right now where you have the digital billboard, and you can edit or change the message that you're trying to send, or to make it visible to your clients at all time. And next is achieve synergy or speak with a single voice. So this is a very important, whereby in every company you must have only one leader in marketing, whereby he or she will be the decision making in the marketing objective that the company is trying to achieve. So speak with a single voice means there must only be one captain to give the instruction on the objective and what does the company wants to achieve. So a brand positioning statement must present a clear idea of the brand in its target market's mind, and also a brand must consistently deliver the same unified message across all media channels on all occasions, which means regardless whatever media platforms you're going to use, it must always tell the same message or the same objective. You can't be having TV advertisement showing this, showing one message or one kind of advertisement, and when you do it on social media, for example, advertisement on YouTube or Facebook, you have a different one. So this will create confusion to the customers. So you must only have one or the same unified message across all channels. And next is build relationships. So build relationships means it's similar to after sales service, whereby this has been practiced mostly by luxury brands or high-end brands, whereby the salesperson, they will try to create a very close or professional relationship with the customers to make the customers feel they are buying the product, and the salesperson is actually selling, but that is not the whole objective. I mean, that is not the only objective. At the same time, they are trying to create a relationship to make the customers feel comfortable and welcome to the shop to buy the things, and to make the customers feel that when they buy in future, if they need to refer or to ask on anything about the product, they can always contact the salesperson at any time they want to get some kind of guidance or assistance. So some shops or brands doesn't offer this kind of services, whereby it is important to build relationships with the customers, to make the customers comfortable and confident, and loyalty. It is one of the loyalty program that can bring repeating customers to the shop, and also it is one of the experiential marketing programs that can create brand experience that makes positive and lasting impressions on customers. Next is affect behavior. So to summarize, affect behavior is whereby the brand that you are representing will have an impact to the consumers or to the customers, whereby for example you are no longer using plastic bags, you are going for Go Green program. So maybe you change the concept of your product to green, and this will affect the behavior of the customers to be more aware or sensitive about the objective that you are trying to tell them. So maybe by sending a message to go green, so it will influence the customers to actually move towards the direction that you are trying to lead them to. Next. So next will be changes in marketing communication practices. Okay, so the changes in marketing communication practices, there are a few. So number one, it can reduce dependence on mass media advertising. It can also increase reliance on highly targeted communication methods, and it is also heightened demands on suppliers. And lastly, it increased effort to assess communications for return on investments. And there are also obstacles in implementing IMC. So where one of the obstacles or challenges is only few providers that have skills that is required to execute the IMC, and mass media campaigns easier than direct to customers. And the real challenge is to make sure that tools are consistently executed, because there are some times whereby there are brands that do it halfway and they didn't continue in implementing their IMC. So this will make customers easily forget or not repeating in using their brand or products. And next will be on the SWOT analysis. So SWOT analysis can be done by each companies or brands to identify their brand's strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So what I can share here is usually strength and weakness are always internal. So internal means what can they see from their own perspective, and opportunity and threat are usually external. So external means you need review
Fareed, are you still there? Fareed, are you still there?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, sorry about that. So I'll continue. So there are three selections of strategies. The first one is undifferentiated marketing. So you have only one marketing mix and it goes to all kind of markets. Second, you have differentiated marketing. You have marketing mix A to target market or segment A, and marketing mix B to a different segment. And number three, you have concentrated marketing, where you only have one marketing mix to target to a specific segmentation. And next is on Markham implementation ideas. There are a few implementation ideas can be implemented in marketing communication. So the first one is the mixing elements, creating message, selecting media, and establishing momentum. So I will not go into details because this will be explained in details by our next colleague. And Markham outcomes. So there are two outcomes. First is enhance the brand equity and also affecting behavior. So these two is the outcome or result that we want to see or we get from marketing communications. And a conclusion mantra: all marketing communication should be, number one, directed to a particular target market. Second one is to created to achieve specific objective. And number three, undertaken to accomplish the objective within budget constraints. You must know your own budget allocation. And lastly is clearly positioned. So you must clearly identify your target market, and also your same goes to the specific objective. And so that is all from myself on chapter 1. So we'll continue with my colleagues Farouk to go on chapter 2.
Assalamualaikum and good day, everyone. Nawal, can you share the slide?
Fiqrie, the tulis host disable participant screen sharing. Boleh minta?
Right. Hold on,
Enable tak?
apa?
Participant cannot share the slide.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, Nawal, you already as the host. I think you can share the slide now.
Right. Mm.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good day to everyone. I, Muhamad Farouk bin Azila and Nawal Saudah would like to present on the chapter 2, topic the marketing communication decision making process. So first of all, let me brief and explain on the marketing communication objective is business approach that focus on fulfilling customer needs and wants by understanding potential customer through the uses of effective advertisement. Then idea identification and generation to search for the best objective can be the best avenue for meeting either short or long-term objective. The difference of making communication objective consists of communication objective, integrated marketing communication objective, and sale-oriented objective. So you go to the next slide, the fundamental Marcom decision. So the first is a market targeting. Market targeting lets marketing communicators deliver message more precisely and prevent wasted coverage to people falling outside the intended audience. Hence, selection of target segment is a critical step toward effective and efficient marketing communication. Second, market positioning. Firstly, a brand position represents the key feature, benefit, or image that it stands for the target audience collective mind. Secondly, brand communicators and the marketing team in general must decide on a brand positioning statement, which is the central idea that encapsulates a brand meaning and distinctiveness in relation in competitive brand in the product category. Number 3 is a setting objective. For the setting objective, the basic objective of marketing communication have been reduced 3 more meaningful directives. First is to communicate, second to compete, and 3 to convince. The purpose of MC is to communicate ideas to target audience. This is done through advertising, personal selling, sales promotion, and public relation. Clearly, most of marketing is communications, and this is context that communication is included as a purpose of MC. Moreover, whatever is communicated should be accurate, truthful, and useful to parties involved. Because of the preciseness of marketing communication, it has a unique responsibility to communicate with integrity. Number 4 is a budgeting. For budgeting, a marketing communication budget provides a formal process for planning, tracking, and measuring the impact of expenditure on marketing communication activities, such as advertising, direct marketing, online, or events. The budget set up the funding required to meet your communication objective and provide a method of managing the expenditure over a budget year. So next slide. Next slide is a Marcom implementation decision. So here I have a 4 type of Marcom implementation decision. The first is a missing element, creating message, selecting media, and establishing momentum. So we go to the missing elements. So next slide. So here I have a 4 type of missing elements, as also known as the 4 Ps. The first is product. So the product include tangible and intangible product. Company create a product to fulfill needs and wants on one customer. Second is price. The price must be suit with a market segmentation of customer. So it's not too high or not too low. It's more suitable for the market segment for customer. Third is promotion. So they have several type of promotion, such as public relation, advertising, and sales promotion. The company must pick a proper promotion for them to market the product. Number 4 is place. Place, company must choose a good location to market their product and easy to customer searching their product. Next slide. Next is a creating message. Creating message is a organization must create the message towards the customer. So number 1 is identify the target market. Company must identify the target market. Number 2 is identify a problem the target market experience. And next, present solution to market problems. Present result produced for others in the same situation. Explain what makes a difference from a competition. Next. Next is establish momentum. Meaning to say that company keep and continue advertising or refresh their content in the market. So what the platform can be used by the company is number 1 is advertising. Number 2 is social media, like Instagram, Twitter. Number 3 is content of marketing. And number 4 is public relation. Next is Marcom outcomes. So Marcom outcomes is enhancing brand equity, meaning to say that value company gains from their product. When a company has a positive brand equity, customer willing to pay high price for the product. Outcome number 2 is affecting a behavior. Outcome meaning to say that outcome from the good Marcom can give good impact to the product, such as purchasing behavior. If customer like, they will repeat buy the product. So next slide, I will pass to the Nawal.
Okay, thank you, Farouk. So the next slide. 2.4 is a program evaluation, which is the first one is measuring results, providing feedback, and taking corrective action. This is, as you can see in this diagram, which first in this Malcolm program, first they will do fundamental decisions, implementation decisions, and then follow with the outcomes, which is enhancing brand equity and affecting behavior. Then they will evaluate the program by measuring these 3, measuring result, providing feedback, and taking corrective actions. And then this procedure can repeat in order for if that company want to produce a program. For example, this one, positioning McDonald's versus Starbucks. As we know, McDonald's start off with meal like burgers and chicken, and Starbucks only focus on coffee and dine-in coffee. So in year, if I'm not mistaken, 2006, McDonald's decided to include coffee in the menu, and Starbucks also want to position the brand to the McDonald's customer by providing a drive-through for Starbucks. So this is one of the Malcolm program. So the next one is implementing positioning, know the consumer, which means know your consumer. The first one is consumer processing model, CPM. It is information and choice are a rational, cognitive, systematic, and reason process, which is very rational, very reasonable. While hedonic experiential model, HEM, is consumers processing of Malcolm messages and behavior are driven by emotions in pursuit of fun, fantasies, and feeling. So as you can see in this diagram, this is a comparison. CPM is very cool, very cool, very calculating, very cognitive, while HEM is very hot, emotional, and 3Fs. 3Fs, which I said before, fun, fantasies, and feeling. So this is the consumer processing model, CPM stages. There are 8 stages. The first one is being exposed to information. Second, paying attention. Third, comprehending attended information. Fourth, agreeing with comprehended information. Fifth, retaining accepted information in memory. Sixth, retrieving information from memory. Seventh, deciding from alternatives. And eighth is acting on the basis of the decision. So in this slide, basically it elaborate each stages. For example, in stage 1, it is necessary but insufficient for communication success truth effect of repeated exposure to a message. And there is a function managerial decision about Malcolm budget, size, and choice of medium vehicle. But I think for this part, you guys can read it later, because basically you have to understand the stages first. Okay, next. So I will explain the next part, the hedonic experiential model, which is HEM. HEM perspective is the CPM and HEM model are not mutually exclusive. Consumer can be both ratio self-involved in their decision-making processes. They are not mutually exclusive, which means that it can also involve with each other. And then HEM communication can generate images, fantasies, and positive emotion and feeling about the brand towards the consumer. And then emphasize non-verbal content, which, for example, they just produce an advertisement using only one image. And with that one image, the consumer can relate to it using the 3Fs, fun, fantasies, and feeling. So this is one of the example, the all-new Nissan Altima Coupe. At one glance, we can understand that this car Nissan want to show that this Nissan Altima it's like shoes. If we wear it, then we know how comfortable it is and how it can perform. So that's basically what Nissan wants to say. Okay, for the past year, I will pass to Ain.
Okay, thank you, Nawal. So hi, madam and fellow friends. I'm here. So I will explain about question from past year for chapter 1 and also chapter 2. From the slide, for the question one, for the chapter 1, the question is explain what the payoff using integrated marketing communication. So the first is when using integrated marketing communication, it helps to increase brand awareness and reach a larger audience. This can happen by using multi-channel marketing, such as media social, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And the next one is integrated marketing also help manage robust sales and eliminate the needs of slower sales system. It can save more time, energy, and also not spend much time on maintenance when using IMC. It also can increase the morale for the team and help focus on quality and consistency across the board. This makes team become better in produce new ideas. Another payoff if using integrated marketing communication is improve efficiency. It can create dynamic and well-connected team when there is strong approach. It do help to save money on company as well, time, cost, and cost. Next is integrated marketing communication also do help to build relationship between brand and also customer. This is to make sure that customer become loyal to the brand and when they satisfied with the product performance, one of the method is loyalty program. It's not only influence the brand awareness, but also encourage customer behavior to influence others through their action after using the product. So the next question for chapter 2, past year is from December 2019, which is the question is you are appointed to be a marketing communication manager in the marketing department of a new company. You are required to discuss on any 3 budgeting method that your company can choose as their method of advertising appropriation. So there are 3 budgeting methods. The first one is top-down budgeting. This method is by senior management need to prepare the high-level budget on the basis of the company objective, and then manager of the individual department may give the suggestion to the top management before the preparation budget. And usually that budget is used from the past experience and current market scenario. And decision of the budgeting is based on manager and current market ratio. Okay, another budgeting method is by using bottom-up budgeting. This budgeting method is opposite with the top-down budgeting, where the budgeting start with the department level, start from the below, and department manager will submit their own budget based on the past experience. Then they manage to give like proper explanation of the budget, and the top manager will approve, revise, and send back for modification. After that, top management approve all the department budget and it will become master budget. And the last one is zero-based budget method. Okay. This method uses the current year budget preparation from scratch without considering any budget. It starts from the zero. So every year, a new budget will prepare to take the base as zero, and resources allocated to each department is justified according to expenses of that particular period and the basic of priority of all the activity of the business. This method is quite time consuming, but it gives accurate result. So that is for the question 2 for the answer. Thank you.
So
Okay.
I believe Nawal, we done with chapter 1, chapter 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, right. So to all our beloved classmates, also Madam Shaherah, we done present both of these chapters, and if you guys have any question, you guys can directly WhatsApp us or comment in the section at the U Future. Then we will respond to your query right after the presentation. Okay, so can you guys open the camera? All right, Farouk, can you open the camera? So we want to say a goodbye to them. All right, so thank you guys. Thank you everyone. So we shall end our recording now. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Assalamualaikum.
you.